Hello everyone and welcome to the first of my webinar series. Today we're going to go through something that has been requested on my Instagram, and we're going to go through the basics of weight loss. So first of all, starting with how to effectively lose weight, I would first of all advise against any fad diets such as keto, Weight Watchers, stuff like that. Generally, after a certain period of time, you will fall off and it will be a bit of a fad and you won't be able to maintain it for a long-term period. So what would I recommend? So first of all, we're going to go through the basics of what I would expect someone to learn whilst they are getting a diet plan off me. So first of all, you would have to learn what a calorie is. So a calorie is basically a measurement of energy. So every food to a certain degree has a unit of energy within it. So say you had a pizza, that is going to have a certain amount of calories in it, and some are going to be more calorie dense compared to other foods because they have a higher amount of fats, carbs, or proteins in them. So compare this to yourself. How much calories should be having a day? Well, that is dictated on the amount of exercise you're doing, your lifestyle, your anthropometrics. So anthropometrics is basically your height, your limb length, stuff like that, and then also your gender also dictates how many calories you should be having a day. So what else is important with weight loss? I would suggest for actual body composition, not just weight loss in itself. If it's just purely on weight loss, you will want to be concentrating on just calories in versus calories out. So you will have your maintenance level, so the amount that for you to stay at the same weight, the food that you're having day to day, and then you want to take away 200 calories from that, and then gradually you're going to lose weight, and then when you plateau, you're going to take a little bit more away, and then you're going to have this nice controlled weight loss over a period of time. Okay, so if you are wanting to improve body composition, not just weight loss, so if you want to say put on muscle and drop body fat, I think it is actually essential that you concentrate on macro balance. So what are macronutrients? Macronutrients are protein, fats, and carbohydrates. So protein per gram is 4 calories, fat per gram is 9 calories, and carbohydrates per gram is 4 calories. So it's not essential to know this, but it's just a good gauge to understand what has the most amount of calories per gram. So if you're having a food that is quite high in fat, it's going to be more calorie dense compared to say something that has higher in protein or higher in carbs. So these are some foods that are high in protein. So high in protein foods such as chicken breasts, salmon, any really red meats, white meats, stuff like yogurts, skyr yogurts. If you get the 0% fat ones, it's less calorie dense and more higher in protein. And whey isolate is also a very good source of protein. So the next one, carbohydrates. This is just an amount of what recommends to 50 grams. So stuff like potatoes, rice, oats, fruits, pastas, stuff like that, it is generally higher in carbohydrates. And fats, so these are good sources of fats. So generally something that is going to have a good health benefit, easily absorbed. So stuff like olive oil, coconut oil, nuts, and some fish, salmon in particular, butter, and some people that don't know, actually dark chocolate is high in monosaturated fat. So They are very good for being easily absorbed. You've got a good source of healthy fats. Why is it important to have fats in your diet? Stuff like hormone control and making sure that a lot of people, if they don't have a good amount of fat in their diet, they can be a bit all over the place with their moods and stuff. So generally for good mood and hormone balance. Okay, so if you were going to start a diet, I'd recommend getting a calorie tracker. So instead of writing down all the foods that you have in a day, give yourself some variability on the foods that you have per day to day. I would advise getting an app called MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal, I'll get it up on my phone, is generally an app that I would recommend all my clients to download. It's that blue app in the corner. You download that, and it's most smartphones have them. You log the food that you have per day, and then you can generally get a good grasp of how many calories on average you're having a day at the moment. And if you have like quite similar foods per day to day, you can then just take a little bit away. You're going to get some weight loss from that. So how much food should I be having calorie wise towards my goal? Well, if you want an exact figure and you need help figuring it out, and someone will want some accountability, give me a message and I'll help try and give you a hand. But generally it takes a formula to work out based on your activity levels, your gender, your height, how many times you're going to the gym, if you have a structured plan in place. Some people will be like, sometimes the people will be like, I'm not losing weight. Well, then you get asked them the accountability of how much exercise have you done that week. They haven't done any. That's because why? Because your formula is basically worked out on how much activity you should be doing per week. If you can get that as consistent as possible, you're going to get a consistent weight loss based on the calorie demand that you have put on your body. So that is the end of my webinar. I hope this has been helpful. If you need any more information on weight loss, give me a message and I will get back to you as soon as possible. You can find me on Instagram at murphy.training, or you can get me on YouTube, or you can email me directly if you want to work with me in the near future at murphyeeliteperformance@gmail.com. Thank you very much for watching my first webinar episode, and I hope to hear from you all soon. And if you need any information about weight loss, drop me a message.